Oklahoma individuals and organizations continue to find ways to fund public art when public money is tight. The latest effort comes from Seminole, where a popular nonprofit found a way to pay for a colorful new facade that puts the talent of a local artist on grand display. ONR's Susan Miller takes us to the Children's Museum.
The Jasmine Moran Children's Museum in Seminole is a popular attraction for families and schools from across the state. The museum is educational, interactive, and most of all, it's a lot of fun. But if it weren't for art murals that adorn the walls of this museum, things might be a whole lot different.
It allows them to be an extension, to be part of the exhibit that they're playing, like playing the boat. Well, okay, that's great fun. But to add the environment through paint around it just adds to it. The same with the waterworks exhibit. You know, they go play in the waterworks exhibit, it is as if they are near a lake. So it just enhances the experience within the exhibits.
Marcy Donahoe is the museum's executive director and a strong believer in the power of public art.
Art enhances life. Just imagine coming in this wing here and there's no artwork on the walls. It's drab. And I think life without art is drab.
But Donahoe's latest attempt to make sure the museum isn't drab is outside of the museum. April Jones painted many of the murals inside the Children's Museum. Now she is painting a new facade for the facility.
Right now the Children's Museum is doing a major renovation, and they've remodeled the exterior to accommodate a dinosaur casting that's been donated. And so they wanted to take that opportunity to give the museum a new look, something fresher and more engaging for children.
4 artists submitted proposals for the museum's new exterior. April's design won.
She took this museum and made it part of the facade so that when people drive by, they'll see the artist, they'll see the castle maze, they'll see the dragon, and they know that then that is part of what is inside this building.
As an artist in a smaller town, Jones has to be versatile, taking jobs as they come. But when she began doing murals in the 90s, she had to overcome a major hurdle, a fear of heights.
I used to be terrified to the point that I couldn't really climb a ladder. But when I had a project that forced me, and the first would have been a mural that I did here for the city of Seminole, it forced me to work on scaffolding, and I really didn't have a choice. I didn't want to let that fear keep me from being able to accomplish that goal, and so I just kind of dig deep.
Seminole is the beneficiary of Jones's determination. Much of her work that you see around town was paid for with contributions and grants. The project for the museum's new facade was no exception.
I think that public art is incredibly important to a community. I think that giving people access not just to the finished product, but to the process of creating an artwork is really a valuable part of any area. When people see the steps and the effort that are involved in producing, especially a large-scale work, I think it gives them a different perspective on art.
When she was doing her train mural, she didn't have a piece of paper that she worked off of. She drew a little bit here, stood back, then drew a little bit more here, stood back, and children watched her do that. The same with the mural in back of me. She was on scaffolding, and she painted this mural while we were open for business, and children would watch her as she took a little piece, made it larger, so the children could see how beautiful murals can be done.
Donahoe and Jones are strong advocates for investing in public art, and they are examples of Oklahomans who are determined to make this state a more beautiful one. You can see Oklahoma's latest spirit-lifting work of public art at the Jasmine Moran Children's Museum in Seminole.